Welcome to the tutorial on how to submit a DFA project claim for local governments and Indigenous governing bodies. Once logged into Portal, you will go to the project dashboard. On this dashboard, you will locate the project that you are wanting to submit the claim for by scrolling down. For this example, we will be looking at the approved project A222. On the top right corner, you will notice a button for claims. We will select this. On the next screen, you will see the detailed information for this project. It will show the project name, the date of damage, and the 18-month deadline for the project completion. To start a claim, we will select the button on the top right corner. A pop-up will appear asking if we want to submit a new claim. We will say yes. On the next screen, you will see a claim number, which is auto-populated. This claim number cannot be changed. You will need to select yes or no if this is a final claim for this project. Some projects will have only one claim submission. Others may have multiple, depending on the scope and size of the project. For this example, we will say yes and hit next. On this screen, you will see a button that says Add Invoice on the right side. You will need to add each invoice that's required for this claim. If you have 6 invoices for this claim, you will then need to add each one individually. A pop-up window will appear and you'll put the details from your invoice into this pop-up window. Invoice number, date of invoice. It will ask you if the date of goods or services received were the same date as the invoice. We will say no, as most times the invoice is submitted after the work is completed. We will select the date of work being done. The purpose of goods or services received. You will need to add detail as to what kind of work was performed. You'll need to select yes or no to the question of claiming only a portion of the invoice. At times, when being invoiced by a contractor or business, they may group multiple items on one invoice, which may not be associated to the project. If you select yes, that you are only claiming a portion or part of the total invoice, you will then need to state the reason in detail for DFA to clearly understand. For this example, we will say no. The net invoice amount. This will be the amount on the subtotal of your invoice. You'll need to add the PST and the GST. The actual invoice amount and the total being claimed will auto-populate. We'll select Add. You'll see the invoice now listed below here. So for this example, we're using one invoice. If you had multiple invoices, you would then select the Add Invoice again. We'll move to the next screen. Here we need to add the supporting documentation. We will start with adding invoices. This document should be one PDF that has all the invoices that you have submitted for your claim and in order of submission. We click Save after populating each area. Supporting documentation could be anything from invoices, ledger, proof of payments, or Blue Book rates. We will select Blue Book rates for this example. Once you've submitted all of the required documentation, there will be a summary down below here that you will review to make sure it's all inputted correctly. If an error has been made or something was added incorrectly, you can use the delete button here. If it all looks good and in order, then we can select the next button. On this screen, we will do a complete review to confirm that the information we've entered is correct. The dollar amounts of the claim, the uploading of the invoice, and the supporting documentation. If it all looks correct, we can select Submit. Pop-up comes up. We will say yes, we want to submit the claim. This will take us back to the dashboard for claims, and you will notice that the claim is now in pending. You will be able to follow the progress of this claim on this dashboard as the DFA team reviews and approves your claim.